Welcome back to Chrome and Coffee, car fans. Some cars are just cursed. Not because they were bad, but simply because the world wasn't ready for them. Or perhaps the car just couldn't connect with buyers. They had all the makings of a hit. Bold designs, breakthrough technology, and even pedigree. But in the end, sales tanked, and these cars vanished into obscurity. But they're still an odd part of auto history. So we found 10 cars that should have ruled the road, but instead flopped huge. Check them out right here, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more great car content. Buckle up as we break down some of the biggest misfires the auto world has ever witnessed. 10. Pontiac Aztec 2001 to 2005. No car screams "what were they thinking" louder than the Pontiac Aztec. Yet behind that infamous face was one of the most innovative and practical SUVs of its time. The Aztec was loaded. It boasted a center console cooler, built-in camping tent, removable seats, and available all-wheel drive. The Aztec was essentially an early blueprint for the modern crossover lifestyle vehicle. But here's the problem. It looked awful. Its split grille, strange cladding, and bulbous proportions made it the butt of every joke. GM tried to pitch it to young, adventurous buyers, but it was ridiculed by critics, who rarely took it seriously. The Aztec was a rare case where bad aesthetics crushed good engineering and ideation. Had it been prettier, it might have defined a segment instead of being remembered as a punchline. 9. Honda CRZ 2011 to 2016. Honda hyped the CRZ as a return to the glory days of the CRX, only with a green twist. The hybrid was marketed as sporty, sleek, and fun to drive, but its performance never lived up to the visuals. It had a great chassis and responsive steering. The CRZ also came with a 6-speed manual, something practically unheard of in hybrid vehicles. But its powertrain was a letdown. It featured a 1.5-liter gas engine paired with a small electric motor that was only good for a combined 130 horsepower. That left it in an awkward middle ground. It was too slow for enthusiasts and not efficient enough to persuade the eco-conscious. If Honda had gone all in with a turbo or a full-performance hybrid system, the CRZ might have led a new class. Instead, it sputtered out to little fanfare. 8. DeLorean DMC12 1981 to 1983. The DeLorean DMC12 was built to be legendary, but not for the reasons its creators hoped. It had all the ingredients of an icon: a futuristic stainless steel body, gull-wing doors, and a backstory worthy of Hollywood. But under the hood, it was meh. The DMC's performance was underwhelming, as its V6 only produced about 130 horsepower. Its build quality was also inconsistent, and the handling didn't match the car's sporty looks. The final nail in the coffin? Founder John DeLorean's highly publicized legal troubles and the company's financial collapse. Ironically, it was the iconic Back to the Future franchise that immortalized the DMC-12. By then, it was too late. In real life, the DeLorean was a commercial disaster that only became cool after it died. 7. Volkswagen Feton 2004 to 2006 US market. The Feton was an engineering marvel thanks to its handcrafted luxury, state-of-the-art climate control, and monstrous W12 engine. It shared DNA with the Bentley Continental GT, and it showed. But there was just one major issue: the badge. VW meant economy to most American car buyers. So when they saw a 6-figure price tag on a Volkswagen sedan, they recoiled. Despite being smoother than a Mercedes S-Class and quieter than a Lexus LS, the Feton's sales tanked. It sold fewer than 2,000 units a year in the US, and VW pulled the plug. The lesson: you can't sell filet mignon at a fast food joint, even if it tastes incredible. 6. Cadillac ELR 2014 to 2016. Style and luxury from a plug-in hybrid? The Cadillac ELR was supposed to bring green tech to Cadillac's luxury line, but it was based heavily on the Chevy Volt, as it shared the same platform and drivetrain. Here's the problem that sunk it. The ELR cost twice as much as the Volt, and while it looked fantastic with its bold, angular coupe design, it didn't drive like something worth $75,000. It lacked performance, and the Volt, although less luxurious, offered better value and similar tech. Cadillac only sold around 2,900 units in total before pulling the plug. It's a classic example of a car that looked like a star but had no real substance to justify its premium price. 5. Subaru SVX 1992 to 1997. With styling by legendary designer Giorgetto Giugiaro, the Subaru SVX looked like it came straight from a sci-fi film. Its most distinctive feature was its windows within windows, an aviation-inspired touch that screamed futuristic. Under the hood, it had a 3.3-liter flat-six engine, all-wheel drive, and a smooth ride. Subaru was aiming for a grand tourer to compete with the likes of the Lexus SC or Nissan 300ZX, but its $28,000 price tag, which translates to over $55,000 in today's money, was just too steep for Subaru loyalists. Luxury car buyers weren't ready to take a chance on a brand better known for rugged wagons. Sales sputtered, and despite its cool factor, the SVX quietly faded into cult status. 4. Jaguar XType, 2001 to 2009. The Jaguar XType was supposed to bring in new, younger buyers with its affordable price and compact size. But when buyers learned it was based on the humble Ford Mondeo, things went downhill fast. To make matters worse, it was plagued with reliability issues including rattles, electrical problems, and poor build quality. And Jaguar purists hated it. A Jaguar with front-wheel drive? Unthinkable at the time. Even though it featured classic Jag styling and AWD options, the damage to the brand's image lingered for years. Instead of expanding Jaguar's reach, the X-Type only hurt its prestige. 3. Chevrolet SSR, 2003 to 2006. The Chevrolet SSR looked like a comic book hero's car. It had a retro pickup body, retractable hardtop, and eventually Corvette power under the hood. That sounds awesome, right? But it was heavy. Very heavy. And despite its muscle, it didn't handle like a performance car or haul like a truck. The interior was cramped, its price was steep, and its utility was questionable. It was a classic case of style over substance. The SSR had plenty of cool factor but didn't deliver in terms of function and affordability. Logistics areas that mattered most for consumers. Sales were sluggish, and by 2006, the SSR was gone. 2. Chrysler TC by Maserati, 1989 to 1991. Chrysler teaming up with Maserati should have been a slam dunk, but the TC by Maserati ended up being one of the most confusing and overpriced vehicles of its era. Built partially in Italy and finished in the US, it was supposed to blend American luxury with Italian craftsmanship. What customers got instead was a dressed-up LeBaron with minor styling tweaks and disappointing performance. Worse, it cost over $30,000, a number nearly double what a comparable LeBaron would set you back. And with only 200 horsepower max, it didn't even offer exotic performance. With fewer than 7,400 sold, it simply became a symbol of missed potential and confused branding. 1. Toyota Marai on 2015 to 2020 first generation. Toyota bet big on hydrogen fuel cells with the first generation Marai offering zero emissions, quick refueling, and smooth electric performance. On paper, it was perfect for the eco-conscious future, but the infrastructure simply didn't exist. Outside of California, you couldn't find a hydrogen station to save your life. Even in areas where they did exist, they were limited, frequently offline, or too far apart. Add in its strange styling, limited cargo space, and a hefty price tag, and you've got a car that just didn't make sense for the average buyer. Toyota's vision was bold, but the world just wasn't ready. Bonus entry: BMW i8, 2014 to 2020. Here's a bonus entry that still stings for BMW fans: the i8. It was a plug-in hybrid sports car that looked like a concept car driving off the showroom floor. The i8 had butterfly doors, futuristic styling, and a carbon fiber chassis. But under the hood was only a tiny 3-cylinder turbo engine paired with an electric motor. Despite its looks, performance was only decent. Buyers expecting supercar thrills were underwhelmed, and the nearly $150,000 price tag was a lot for what was essentially a hybrid grand tourer. It was gorgeous, ambitious, and innovative, but it never found a true audience. The i8 was too strange for traditional buyers and not extreme enough for exotic car lovers. Every one of the cars on this list had a shot at greatness for one reason or another. They may have had the look, the story, or the technology to succeed, but somewhere between the drawing board and the sales floor, something or many things went wrong. Sometimes it's timing, sometimes it's marketing, and sometimes the world just isn't ready for certain vehicles. Which of these flops do you think deserves a second chance? Or did some of them deserve to fail? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this dive into automotive underdogs, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more great car content, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a ride through auto history. Thanks for watching Chrome and Coffee, and we'll see you in the next one.